Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and for today's video, we're going to be talking about all of the middle grade books on my TBR. I feel like I get this question a lot, and that's like, what middle grade book recommendations do you have? What's your favorite middle grade? And I don't really read middle grade, but I do have a decent amount of it on my shelf. So today I kind of wanted to go through that with you guys. Honestly, I don't really have that many. But I have like full series of some of these, so I guess that's why it feels like more. But I wanted to go through it with you guys and then have you guys let me know down in the comments below if you've read them and how you felt about them and like what I should prioritize and what you guys think that I'm going to enjoy of this stack. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm really excited about it. I haven't done a video just like explaining my TBR, especially for a specific genre or age range. So if you want more videos like this, let me know what genre or age range you think I should do next, and I will definitely do that because I think that this could be fun and you guys can help me pick, and then maybe I'll do like a secret TBR reading vlog featuring the books that you guys pick. I think that's an awesome idea. That's what we're gonna do. So whatever gets the most comments for this, that's what I'm gonna do a secret TBR for, hopefully within the next month, if I can make myself stick to a TBR, which is always the challenge. If you've been around for a while, you know that. Starting with a book that I literally got in elementary school, we have The Fire Within by Krista Lacey. This is the first book in the Last Dragon Chronicles. I have 1 through 6 of these, and I've read up through like the middle of the 3rd one, I think, and this series holds so much nostalgia for me. I read this at a time where I was like in between schools and I was moving, so I was kind of like a little bit alone. At least I think that's when I read it. That's what like I associate it with. The print is so big. I never read middle grade anymore, so this is wild to me. But I remember really liking it, but also being confused by it because I didn't really read much fantasy when I was a little kid. So I enjoyed them, but I also like didn't fully understand what was going on, so I don't know if I should have been reading these. Either way, this one is basically about this guy who starts living with this girl who's like an artist, and because he doesn't have anywhere to go, he needs a place to live. And this woman is like a potter, and so she makes these clay dragons and then they come to life. That's all I remember about it. And then he's like talking to these dragons and something is going on in the dragon world and it's really intense. And then there's like this bad lady that like is trying to kill dragons or something like that. It's intense, but like they're made out of clay. So that is what I vaguely remember. I read this starting in like 3rd grade, so if all of this information is wrong and you've read this series, please correct me in the comments below. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. I thought it was really cool. This was the first book that I ever read about dragons, and I was obsessed with it. And I would definitely be down to reread it because, like, this font is not very big. I could probably fly through this in a day, and hopefully I would understand it a little bit better. That would be nice because I literally don't even know what's going on. Let's read the back, actually. That's probably what I should have done to give you a summary. A magical adventure about the power of dragons. When David moves in with Elizabeth Pennycettle and her 11-year-old daughter Lucy, oh, I forgot there was a kid, he discovers a collection of clay dragons that come to life. David's own special dragon inspires him to write a story, which reveals the secrets behind a mystery. I forgot he was a writer, too. In order to solve the mystery and save his dragon, David must master the magic of the fire within, not only with his hands, but also with his heart. Oh yeah, they have like this special bond and there's a connection, and I think that there's a power if you have like a special dragon that's attached to you. And all of these people, all of the dragons that this woman makes have like a special bond with someone. And David ends up having a bond with one of these dragons. So I don't remember what he ends up naming the dragon. I just remember reading the first book and opening it up, and chapter 2 or 3 is called like Mr. Bacon, and I just laughed out loud. Yeah, meet Mr. Bacon. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever for literally no reason. had to read it multiple times. I was like, Mr. Bacon, that's not a real name. I was in 3rd grade, give me a break. The next one is one that I have the entire series for, and that is Serafina and the Black Cloak by Robert Beatty. These covers are beautiful. Like, they all look like this, and I have, if there's more than 4 books, then I don't have the entire series, but I have the first 4 books. I have never known what this was about. My grandma bought these for me, so let's read, shall we? Serafina has never had reason to disobey her pa and venture beyond the grounds of the Biltmore estate. There's plenty to explore in her grand home, although she must take care to never be seen. None of the rich folk upstairs know that Serafina exists. She and her pa, the estate's maintenance man, have secretly lived in the basement for as long as Serafina can remember. But when children at the estate start disappearing, only Serafina knows who the culprit is, a terrifying man in a black cloak who stalks Biltmore's corridors at night. Following her own harrowing escape, Serafina risks everything by joining forces with Braden Vanderbilt, the young nephew of Biltmore's owners. Braden and Serafina must uncover the man in the black cloak's true identity before all of the children vanish one by one. Serafina's hunt leads her into the very forest that she has been taught to fear. There she discovers the forgotten legacy of magic, one that is bound to her own identity. In order to save the children of Biltmore, Serafina must seek the answers that will unlock the puzzle of her past. That kind of, gave me chills, honestly. That ought to be interesting to read. I'm very intrigued now. I knew that she was, hiding from people and nobody knew she was there, but I didn't know the whole thing about the disappearing kids and stuff, so I'm intrigued now. I would be down to read that. The next one is really special to me because this author is one that I read with my entire family together, and I love the first series that he wrote, and so I'm very excited to read this series as well. I have the first and second book of it, and that is A Tale of Magic by Chris Colfer. Also, this cover is just, come on. It's beautiful. We're going to, again, read the inside flap for the description, because I suck. In a world where magic is outlawed, Bristol Evergreen's life is about to change forever. When Bristol stumbles across apparently I can't read. This is the end of my channel. When Bristol stumbles across a secret section of the library, she discovers a book that introduces her to a world beyond her imagination and learns the impossible. She is a fairy capable of magic. But in the oppressive southern kingdom, women are forbidden from reading and magic is outlawed. So Bristol is swiftly convicted of her crimes and sent to the miserable Bootstrap Correctional Facility. But with the help of the mysterious Madame Weatherbury, Bristol is whisked away and enrolled in an academy of magic. Adventure comes with a price, however, and when Madame Weatherbury is called away to attend an important problem, she doesn't return. Do Bristol and her classmates have what it takes to stop a sinister plot that risks the fate of the world and magic forever? And then it's the fall in love with whatever. I love his first series. It's so full of magic and whimsy, obviously, but it's also so full of humor, balanced with important, heartfelt, familial moments. And that's, I think, what I'm most excited about this book for, because the balance that he has struck with that series was impeccable. And so I'm hoping he succeeds that with this as well. But like I said, this is one that I read with my family. So I don't know when this is going to happen because we're all pretty busy, but I'm excited for when it does inevitably happen eventually, because I love it so much. Then we have one that I feel like was pretty popular when I was growing up, but I never read it, and that is Artemis Fowl by Owen Colfer. This is about a kid that's a genius, and he gets involved in the fairy world and thinks that he can trick the fairies into doing his bidding, but he doesn't realize that fairies are secretly kind of sinister and do whatever they want, and they're trying to manipulate him into doing what they want, but making him believe that it's his idea. And then something happens where they actually end up having to work together, and neither of them can really control the other. They just genuinely have to be a team. I'm pretty sure that's what this is about. And I'm excited because so many people really, really enjoyed this growing up, and it's a decently long series. So I'm pumped to read this one eventually. It's not very long either. So we have another one from my childhood that I am infatuated with, and that is Fablehaven by Brandon Mull. This, like I said, was one from my childhood. I read this one in like middle school, I want to say, on my Kindle when I was obsessed with reading books on my Kindle. Don't know why that happened in middle school, but whatever. All I can remember about this is that they're like these two kids, their brother and sister, and they go to their grandparents' estate, which is massive, and they find out that their grandparents are actually keepers of this like land where there are all of these mystical creatures, but something's going on with them and they end up having to save it. They befriend a golem, and a lot of other things happen, and I just remember like being infatuated by this world because it was, again, one of the first fantasies that I had ever read, and I loved it. Didn't really understand completely what was going on because I was just kind of dumb, but I still like couldn't get enough of it, and I loved the adventure that they were going on. So I'm so excited to reread this whenever the time comes because I almost completed the series. I don't think that I ever actually made it to the end, but I own the first and second one of this. So I would love to just binge this. Maybe I will do a whole separate reading. I like suggested this idea before. I don't know if anybody wants it, but I would be down to do like a reading vlog for these books because they were some of my favorites growing up. The last one that we have for this video is one that's pretty popular on booktube, and that is Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. This is following a young girl named Morgan Crow who is cursed on her 13th birthday to die or something, and then she's swept away to this magical world called Nevermore where she has to complete these trials at like this special school. I think it's been compared to Harry Potter, maybe. This is the Australian edition because I was trying to get the UK edition with the pretty like naked hardcover, and I ordered the wrong one because I didn't do that much research, and I was like, oh, this isn't the American version. I don't want to talk about it. This is a stunning edition. It's just not the edition I was looking for. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this one or not, or if I'm just gonna like buy the American covers. I don't know. But either way, I have this, and I know it's super popular and people love this series, so I do want to read it at some point. Those are all of the middle grade books that I have on my TBR, or at least the first books in series that I have on my TBR. I have a decent amount more of them, but I wasn't gonna hold up all of those. My arms hurt really bad. Either way, I would love it if you guys would let me know if you want that like secret TBR video, or if you guys think that it's stupid. Please be sure to let me know down in the comments if you like that video idea, number one, and number two, what videos you would want to see featured in that secret TBR video, and hopefully I can make that happen if school's not too crazy. Yeah, I think that would be a really fun video to do. But either way, I love you guys so much. I hope that you're doing well, reading, mentally, and otherwise. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope to see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.